What is up, mindful gamers? Mr. Graf back again. This time we've got lesson 3. This one is titled Affect, and it's interestingly titled. I went back and forth with affect and effect, and in the plural of both. But I really believe that in gaming, we have in gaming esports, we have an effect or affect. And here the Webster definition of affect is covered by my picture, but basically to produce an effect upon, and here it says someone or something. So how are the actions of other gamers affecting you? And then how are your actions affecting others? So how are you influencing and being influenced? And I'm gonna tell you, as a gamer of mine, gamers that I work with, you must choose to be a positive effect on others, and you must guard yourself against deleterious effects from others. And if you learn anything in this lesson, and really anything in Mindful Gamer, there's two things. That's one of them. You must choose to have a positive effect on others and to guard yourself against deleterious effects from others. Huge, crucial, vital to being successful in esports. We've all seen it. The behavior of others can influence and affect our mindset. And so, again, you have to guard yourself from that and maintain your positive growth mindset, even though others may have negative mindsets around you. So, things like sportsmanship are very important here, but are not talked about in esports very often. Sportsmanship is extremely important to, one, you and your success, your team's success, but also to the success of esports at large. Big issues, big overarching issues in esports have to do with not having a good, enjoyable, friendly gaming environment. And so each one of us can work towards creating that. So common negative behaviors can be like toxic communication, unsportsmanlike conduct. That can be like spamming the chat. That can be like lag spiking. That can be obviously cheating, joining and leaving, jumping between teams. I've seen that in Rocket League where there's a competition going on and one of the team members on the other team tries to switch teams. If one person on your team loses connection, they might mess with you like that in different ways. And then some of the strategies to deal with this, obviously maintaining your own mental and physical stability, but also working with and coaching your team on staying positive and focusing on what you and your team can do and less on what the other team is doing in terms of negative behavior. The discussion questions that we'll be covering in regards to affect, we are going to talk about the positive and negative interactions that we have, and then we're going to also talk about the effects on gaming performance and the overall experience of playing in esports, and then we'll share some of our findings and some of our experiences there. Again, we're going to play some video games together as the activity for this as we go forward into the next unit. And we're going to focus on positive communication. We're going to focus on cooperation. And then we're going to talk about what it means to support one another in terms of gameplay. And the assessments, these are some of the assessments that we will be looking at, and we will be sharing together as we go through, as we go through these next few units. And there is our standard. So that is it for this video and the overview of lesson 3, affect in the Mindful Gamer series. As always, this is Mr. Graf reminding y'all, stay positive out there, gamers.